Good evening, viewers. Hope all of you are doing truly well as trying to stay as safe as possible as we are completely unlocked and getting back to our regular routines or what we call the new normal. But today we are here with a special program on our channel, and I would like to give you an introduction about our channel, of course. As some of you would know, and some of you are new to this channel, True Wealth Online Health Channel is an initiative of the True Wealth Integrative Healthcare, which provides integrative and personalized health and nutrition advice to guide patients and healthy individuals to overcome their health concerns and manage self-health to reach the ultimate goal of holistic health and happiness. True Wealth aims to help you separate science from hype by sharing authentic knowledge and wisdom from healthcare and nutrition stalwarts so you can make the right health and nutrition choices. Please note that this live program is organized for education and spreading more awareness to reach the ultimate goal of health and happiness. The knowledge and the experiences shared by the speakers and other participants cannot be treated as a consultation. For a personalized consultation, you can always reach us on 98200 or you can visit our website www.truewealth.in, and it will be a pleasure for us to be able to connect you with today's celebrity doctor as well. We will try to address as many questions as possible. Treatment is not the objective of this program. That kind of advice can actually be taken from hospitals and doctors who are assigned by the authorities to give this information. Having said that, I really take immense pleasure in today. I call him a celebrity because you will realize why he is. He's of course MD Medicine from Nagpur, long years ago, of course, in the 80s. So he has extensive experience of almost 5 decades, if you say so. And he has got so many number of awards. We have listed down them here actually. You know, years ago, an outstanding young person to a senior Text Oration Award to International Amputation Prevention Award to the Essay Award, VV Essay Award, as well as awarded the Vishwanathan Gold Medal Oration. And so many orations that not only has he, given, or not only are these awards given to him Indian, but also so many of them international. He has done so many lectures in Finland, USA, France, Australia, Dubai, South Africa, and so many other places. He has, of course, been the ex-president of the RSSDI, which is one of the authority and the largest diabetes-related association or a society in India. And he's authored many books, and one of the main books he has authored is the Practical Management of Diabetes and the Diabetes Foot, a clinical atlas. This actually has been, printed here, but it has also been printed world over in different languages. And I'm sure Dr. Sharad Pendse, who is our celebrity doctor guest today, I'm sure he will tell us more about it. That's really his side of being a doctor. But the other side, which we are really going to talk about today, is he being the managing trustee of the Dream Trust, a charitable trust for diabetic children. Again, his awards do not really stop out there. He has the Thomas Award of 5,000 euros for diabetes charity awarded in Germany. Now, this is the charity list that he has to his name. He's awarded the gold medal and the DFSI Oration PGI Chandigarh. He has been the chairman, National Diabetic Food Education Program D1, 2, and 3 to educate thousands of physicians across India through multiple workshops and seminars. I do not need to say, because diabetic food is his specialty, and he's recognized in India and world over for his practice in it, his experience in it, and the way he has treated endless number of patients. He has the Excellence in Diabetic Food National Award 2017, as it goes, that I was saying, and he has a global award by Nagpur First for charity work. He's been awarded the third DMDEA Honor Lecture Award Gold Medal by Mohan's International Diabetic Update 2018 as well. Well, lot many things. If I start reading his CV, I can really go on and on. But I would like to say a few words about his. I love the name Dream Trust, and I'm sure there are many dimensions when it comes to the dream. It is the dream for the children with diabetes. At the same time, I'm sure it is the dream of Dr. Pendse to be able to make this happen nationally and internationally. And this one thing I really wanted to put forth, and I'm sure Sir will tell us more, but the objective, look at it, it is so clear and perfect. The main objective of the trust is to offer a complete health care to the type 1 insulin dependent underprivileged diabetics, especially children, and with a particular focus on female diabetics. I mean, how more can a vision be clear, and how much more his mission and work we are really going to know from him. Just to give you a quick gist about who I am, I'm of course Rajashree Gadgil. I do have a good amount of experience as a nutrition expert, and I'm the founder of TRUWELLTH Integrative Healthcare, as well as RSG Energy and Nutrition and Healthcare. Both companies really working in nutrition extensively, because I really believe that nutrition is one of the best, safest, and effective therapies for the diseases that we are experiencing today, including the infection to autoimmune diseases as well as in the lifestyle diseases. I've spent about 20 years in nutrition, nutrition formulations. Of course, also on the marketing strategy side, I have a master's degree in from the Sion Hospital, and also an MBA degree. I've also worked across therapy areas, in orthopedics, INAC, name them actually, because that I've been extensively working in. But it's really not about me today. Today, it is really about our celebrity doctor, whom I would definitely want to welcome now, and that is Dr. Sharad Pendse. Sir, a warm welcome to you. It is more than a pleasure to do this program with you, because it's on a topic which is very, very close to your heart, and it is something which lot many actually need to draw an inspiration from you to be able to continue this kind of work that you've been doing. What would you like to say, sir? How do you feel being here on this show? And then, of course, we would like to hear everything about you and the trust that you have been working on extensively for so long.
Thank you, Rajashree, for this kind introduction. It's my pleasure to be with you and to this live program, and I'll be able to share some of my views on the subject on which I am working. That's type 1 diabetic children. But all these years, we know that India is a capital for diabetes, but that is all type 2 diabetes who are treated with nutrition, tablets, and sometimes insulin. And we are next to China. We have 6 crore type 2 diabetes. As compared to that, I'm going to talk about type 1 diabetes, which is relatively rare, seen in children between 2 to 20 years, but it can be seen in any age group, but commonly between 2 to 20 years. And these children are dependent on insulin lifelong. Once they develop diabetes, they have to take minimum 4 injections of insulin every day, lifelong. If they miss injection even for a day or two, they land in diabetic coma and eventually die. And this is the major problem for type 1 diabetics. Can you share my slides?
Yes, surely, sir.
Sure.
We aren't able to see the slides yet. Yeah, but we can see your screen. Yes.
I, I always like to call type 1 diabetes as a garden variety of diabetes because it's so typical. Its symptoms, its manifestation, its complications are seen in every type 1 diabetic. You open the textbook and the children follow according to textbook picture. It's very typical of type 1 diabetes. On the other hand, the common diabetes, type 2 diabetes, is so heterogeneous. You find every patient different. But all type 1 diabetics are more or less similar in their biochemical behavior, clinical manifestation. As I said, worldwide, the burden of these children with type 1 diabetes is huge. You can see the figure is more than 5.5 lakhs. USA tops the list with 84,000 children, but India is second highest, and in India, it's rising very rapidly. Every fifth child in the world with type 1 diabetes is an Indian. 70,000 children, 70% are poor and 50% are girls. This is very important. And the standard treatment recommended by all international bodies is for the children, they have to be given analog insulin, which is very expensive, 4 to 5 times a day, or insulin pump, and they have to test 7 tests a day. They have to do A1C 4 times a year, consultation, lab investigation. So by and large, this treatment costs 10 to 15,000 rupees every month. Now, how many of Indian children with type 1 diabetes can afford this international recommended treatment? And as I said, out of 70,000 children that we have, 70% are very poor, coming from village background. And these poor families find it very difficult to commit almost 1/4 of their monthly income for the treatment of a diabetic child. And this is why they try to find out shortcuts, which they wrongly believe will make treatment less expensive. They even stop insulin. So poverty, illiteracy, and gender discrimination are all major problems with them. We all are aware that we have still problem of female feticide, we have infanticide, it's all still rampant in our country. Everyone wants a loving mother, a charming wife, but nobody wants a daughter. And that's the major issue with this type 1 diabetic children when it comes to a girl child. And therefore, our Dream Trust gives priority to girls. The challenges with these children are, if they are poorly controlled, they develop infections, they need hospitalization, their growth is retarded, they cannot go to school, they are commonly school dropouts, nobody likes to marry them, childbearing is almost impossible, storing insulin with no electricity also is a major problem, and therefore these children have a very short life expectancy, almost 2 to 3 years after they get diabetes. While in the Western world, these children live almost normal life expectancy. This is how these children present. You can see when she comes, she is only bony structure. She has no flesh, no fat or muscle tissue, all is lost because of diabetes. And after giving insulin, just within 2 months, you can see the marked change in the body image, clinical picture, and this remarkable change occurs only because she gets insulin. So insulin becomes a life, they are dependent on, their life is dependent on this wonder drug insulin. Another child, you can see all the bones, ribs is just hardly there are any flesh or muscle tissue. And we do a investigation called as A1C to monitor diabetes. And here the patient's A1C is 24. Normally it is 6%. And I think it's the highest 24.5 recorded in the world. And within 2 months of treatment, this boy is now totally changed. You can see his physical structure. We started this Dream Trust in 1995, and we are now 25 years old, celebrating Silver Jubilee. And we started this trust because of shocking incident of losing two diabetic girls because the parents had intentionally stopped insulin, knowing very well that the child will die. From then, the choice was between starvation of their healthy children versus treatment of a girl with diabetes. And that's how in 1995, Dream Trust was born, and it's a diabetes research, education, and management trust based in Nagpur. And our primary objectives is to ensure survival of these children was most important, and therefore the children need lifelong uninterrupted insulin supply. We have to prevent complications, infections. We have to see that they don't develop growth retardation, so they should develop like normal girls and boys. We have to prevent their school dropout, encourage marriages of these girls, make them self-reliant, and therefore these girls should be able to lead life with pride and dignity, and that's our motto. So we don't follow the international protocol. We give them human insulin 4 times a day. 30% we also give analogs. We do only 2 tests per day of blood sugar, and we estimate their A1C 3 times. We give consultation free, lab investigation free, and we educate them extensively, their parents as well as the patient himself or herself. And we try our best to achieve A1C of single digit, not 7 or 6.5%. After starting this trust, I wrote an article, where have all the girls gone? Because some of the girls died because their parents intentionally stopped insulin. And this article was published in 1997 in England in a magazine, British Diabetic Association. And that created awareness mainly in Europe. And we started getting support for Dream Trust from most of the European countries. Look at this young girl, picture taken in 2011. And you can see in the background the primitive housing conditions. Now, can this girl or can the parents of this girl afford 10,000 rupees a month, 5,000 to 10,000 rupees a month for treatment of this girl? It's impossible. They will not be able to feed their other normal children. And you can see the background, her mother is seen, and you can see it's my wife, I mean, one who is an extreme right. And in this 25 years of Dream Trust, we started with 5 children in 1995, and it has grown to more than 2,300 children in 2020. We distribute more than 50,000 vials of human insulin, 100,000 syringes, 200,000 blood glucose strips, glucometers, and cartridges, insulin pens, whatever they require is provided by Dream Trust. And now we have started several new projects by Dream Trust is to offer them travel grants so that they can come from different villages to Nagpur to collect their insulin every 4 months. We provide educational scholarship to encourage education and prevent school dropout. We provide them bicycles so that they go to middle school and higher school on bicycle. Otherwise, they are asked to stay at home and do the work at home. We treat other medical allied problems. We provide them special clay pots for storing insulin if they don't have electricity at home. We distribute refrigerators directly in rural India at their home to store insulin. You all know that insulin has to be stored in the refrigerator. And we also make them self-reliant by providing them grant to start a small business. Our Prime Minister is after that to start make up small business on your own. And we provide grant to make them self-reliant. We provide funding for other conditions. This girl came with total blindness, and you can see both the eyes have matured cataract. And nowadays we have to do intraocular lens implant. It's very expensive, but we do for these girls and boys with matured cataract, provide them intraocular lenses free of cost. And you can see the smile on the face of this girl after the vision was restored. Second problem that the girls face is school dropout. So we provide them educational grant so that they don't have school dropout. They go for higher education, and ultimately we want them to be self-reliant and lead life with dignity and pride. In 2012, we started with a bicycle project so that they can, because most of these villages do not have communication system to go to middle school and higher school. So then the school dropout rate very increases. So in 2012, we donated first cycle to the type 1 diabetic child. And in 2020, 950 children have received bicycles. Similarly, as I said, they are growth retarded, but in last 25 years, the growth retardation has gone down. School dropout rate has gone down very significantly. And the death, which was certain in 2 years for these untreated type 1 diabetic children, has almost come to 2 to 3%, and they die sometimes for non-medical causes. The second problem that these girls face once they grow adequately is marriage. Nobody likes to marry a type 1 diabetic girl, and most of the parents like to hide this diabetes and do not convey it to the other side. That ends with disasters. So we encourage them to communicate with the other family that they have type 1 diabetes. They will continue to take insulin even after marriage. Then only they will be able to lead life successfully and even produce children. Now look at this left-sided girl. She is now adult. If she is not married, then she becomes a soft target for anti-social elements. The best option for her is to get married. That tikka on the forehead assures them security. And once they are married, we have to provide them intensive treatment so that they can have healthy children, which is very difficult with type 1 diabetes. But our success rate is 98%, which is at par with international standards. Many of these girls now are marrying and have successfully had childbirth, and they are managing both their children. and the children do not develop type 1 diabetes. So don't worry that the children will carry this type 1 diabetes. Only mothers have type 1, but children rarely get type 1. And you can see the happiness on their faces. Those who do not have access to electricity, we provide them these double-walled clay pots to store insulin. But nowadays, electricity has become very common, and therefore, since 2017, we have started refrigerator project where we reach this refrigerator in rural India at their house through our delivery system, and those who have access to electricity, they get refrigerator. In 2017, first fridge was distributed, and by 2020 March, before the lockdown, we had distributed more than 250 refrigerators at home to these children to store insulin. And we also conduct a lot of educational programs. In 2014, there was a hit Hollywood film, $1 Million Arm, and the focus of this story, $1 Million Arm, was on this Rinku Singh Rajput, who hails from Uttar Pradesh, who became the best baseball player in USA, and he became a celebrity. And on his arm, because he had a wonder arm, so it was called $1 Million Arm. And this film was hit Hollywood film in 2000. So he came to Dream Trust to motivate all our children and give his life experiences, how they can rise from poverty to, and he was so live, and he liked to discuss all his problems with these shared problems with these children, and he gave the message the children that they can lead a normal life. And we always bring some educators, motivators, and life examples like Gavaskar and other celebrities to educate. And we have rural children who are also educated. Now, some of the problem in villages are there is nobody to give insulin in the afternoon because the mother goes to farm, father goes to farm for daily wages, and the children are without any access for afternoon injection. So we teach primary school teachers to give insulin to the children with type 1 diabetes. We educate Anganwadi workers or those guys to give pricks, go and give pricks to the children, particularly in the afternoon, which is very essential. And they can, as I said, our motto is to make them self-reliant and lead life with dignity. And therefore, we provide them grant to have rehabilitation, start some small business, whichever they like. And with this, you can see the goat farm for which we provided grant. And now this boy is self-reliant. He's earning every month some few thousand rupees. We also provide funds for dairy projects to buy them buffalo, cows, goats, and they can sell milk and milk products in their villages and make their living. Some of these girls have started daily needs shops, food centers. You can see the Pani Puri, Sev Puri, Dahi Puri chat center started by this young boy, and she has started a beauty parlor in a village background, and she can earn her livelihood through this beauty parlor. Look at this journey of Manda of 25 years. She came to us 1992 from a very poor family. You can see thin built young girl Manda. We educated her. We made her learn from nursing school, and she became a nurse. And she got a job in government primary health center as a nurse. She got married. She is now having a male child, and you can see the success from 1992 to 2015, and you can see the happiness on her face. the family is now complete, and she's totally self-reliant because she has a government job of a nurse at primary health center. Uh, and we can make the difference in these children by providing all these facilities. This girl we saw in 2011 with the primitive hut. She's grown now, and this is a picture taken 2 years back with me, and you can see the smile and health. Look at her health, and the background, you can see she's running a small uh, daily needs center in her village and helping her family as well as herself to have higher education. And I'm sure in next couple of years she will have some professional uh, education so that she can get a job or start a business. Some of our girls have become nurses, pharmacists, dentists, and some are excellent sports. They are doing excellence in badminton, running, shooting, and earning all medals. And I'm very happy to see them uh, as nurse, as doctor, as dentist, and it's very gratifying for uh, people like us and my co-workers of Dream Trust when they see such daring examples. And all this is possible because of support that we get from overseas, from Japan. This is a Pendse Trust. You can see on her t-shirt. She has started, she's a journalist and now teacher based in London, and she has started Pendse Trust. She's from Austria, and she's working for Dream Trust for last 20 years. Is Graham from Australia. She's Mary from England. And there are many such supporters, not only from overseas, but also from India. And we are also doing a lot of research work with type 1 diabetes. For our charity, Dream Trust was awarded Best Charity for Diabetes at Berlin. And that was a Fuchs Berger Award. And you may not be aware, but this man, Fuchs Berger, who is very old, gave me this award. And he is the most famous film star of Germany. Recently, last year, he expired of old age. But I was very fortunate that I could meet Fuchs Berger in 2013, and he awarded me Fuchs Berger Award for Best Diabetes Charity in Germany. This is our longest surviving type 1 diabetic. He is now 86 years old, diabetes of 68 years. He got it when he was just 14 years of age. And he's still going strong, and I wish him that he completes 100 years of life with complete health. Now, recently, since March, we are facing COVID-19 pandemic. It's a severe problem. So Dream Trust has started distributing 15,000 rupees to all 300 BPL families with diabetic child. In addition to all the help that we provide to the diabetic children, we are funding them 15,000 rupees for each family who has a diabetic child. And this is to overcome severe financial crunch these families are facing because of loss of job or many other things. We are fully aware that government is doing its best to provide them ration and some cash allowance. But this is additional help from Dream Trust. So 300 families, 15,000 rupees, all BPL families who have diabetic child. We are completing 100 years of insulin discovery next year, and silver jubilee of Dream Trust is coinciding with that. And in 100 years, the insulin was discovered, but still children all over poor countries are dying for want of insulin. And my only appeal to the global scenario is no diabetic should die for want of insulin. And that situation should not. It's 100 years, and it's a shame on medical profession that children are still the commonest cause of type 1 diabetic children dying globally is unavailability and no access to insulin. And this very sad story. I wrote 20 years back that where have the girls gone? But now the 25 years of Dream Trust was a gratifying and very rewarding journey for us. And when I wrote, where have all the girls gone in 1997? And now I can assure you, all the girls are very much here. They are all smiling and they are leading life with dignity and pride. And I wish them all the success in my life. Rajashree, is over to you.
What a beautiful way to start, and of course end the presentation with those beautiful girls. It was for me. It was as though going through a journey with you. So it was absolutely incredible to see all those different kind of things you've done. And first of all, mainly I mean, of course, we have people here who have been listening to you also, Mr. Deshmukh saying phenomenal, hats off. I mean, that's how it is. I'll wait, sir, for you to close the share screen so that we'll be able to see you.
If there are questions, we have a few minutes left.
Can I request you to just close the share screen option so we can see you better?
Sanket?
Great. So that way viewers will be able to see you better. But like I said, it was an amazing journey you really walked us through, from how it happened, how was the first case when you saw that the girl children were actually not given insulin and stopping insulin to so that they don't have to take care of the girl child, and loss of a girl child really pained you to all that you've done. And till date, there are so many patients you've treated well, and you've given them livelihoods. We don't even imagine of doing these kind of things. Most of us, I mean, of course, there are a lot of people who do that, but we are busy in a rat race. So as a physician, of course, or as a doctor, you actually get more opportunities really to serve the human mankind. But you've gone so much forward with it that it was absolutely insightful, and it was really great to put this show forth so that people can actually derive more inspiration, of course, out of this, as you're especially doing it for diabetic children, and mainly the girl child. So I don't know, it's almost like a WHO or a UNICEF running it, because it's a program which is completely planned. It has all the dimensions, right from you planning how you can get the insulin, to actually even motivating them, getting celebrities, and then making sure that they actually can even get into businesses. So getting livelihood. So you're completing the person's life. It's not just that you're treating them by getting them the insulin. So making sure that they're able to live, that's just so incredible. And I'm just pointing it out so that the viewers can pay more attention to this. But on that note, I mean, I would ask you, what would you advise really, how could you advise our generation, or rather the next forthcoming generation? What should they do? I mean, how do they have this kind of a vision, and then how can they design their own mission to take it way forward, the way you have done it?
The modern generation is in the rat race, and everybody is running. But if you have to have contentment in life, then you have to have some hobby, and you have to have some mission in mind. Whatever is your mission, whatever is your objective, try to run after that objective, and try to fulfill that objective, so that in a small way you can always help the surrounding, the humankind, those who are in need of some help. And it could be anything. Wherever you are working in your business, you can always find some such opportunities to help and socially upgrade the surrounding. And it's very gratifying if you do such work in your life, because everyone tries to earn money, but that doesn't give you full satisfaction unless you do run after your mission. And that's very rewarding.
Totally. That's just amazing. Again, an answer. So, I mean, I didn't want to say that we are in a rat race, but you rightly put it out there. But the other few questions, and some which have also, come from the viewers. One of them is, what are the different avenues, in terms of, as you know, common people, how could they really contribute, or even if there are doctors who would like to support your trust, nationally or internationally, what could be the avenues? Because you've covered a lot, but I'm sure there is, I mean, there's really much more to be done. So
Yes.
what, if there are any avenues you could spec out, so that, obviously, my idea is to reach those avenues out to more and more people, so they could actually come and support this mission, this noble mission that you're taking forward.
Yeah, they can help the society in two ways. If they want to help a Dream Trust, they are most welcome. And we have our website, we have our email. You can share with anybody my email ID, and uh, they can help children or other poor patients which they are treating, or doctors or social workers. So they need not only give funding to Dream Trust, they can always find out opportunities in their surroundings. But if they want to help Dream Trust, they are most welcome. They can contact me, get through email, website, and we can always find out the avenues to fund Dream Trust. Over to you, Raj.
Yes, 1 second. I'm just trying to get the view again in place. I think we are not able to see you completely. Just give me 1 second. I hope the share screen is not on. I guess, yes. I'll probably get the, yes, now we'll be able to see it entirely. I think there was a screen share on again. But one more question, of course, I mean, it's not a question really, that a pointer that I wanted to put forth is, can any of our sort of online platforms, contribute to your initiative? It will, of course, be our pleasure to be able to support your initiative and taking it and reaching it to as many people across, of course, to different foundations and different people who are working in this area, but also to different children, or whom we could, reach out to. I mean, that way, we will be able to take the get people to know that, there is this kind of a trust which is actually working on so many different dimensions and helping the young diabetics, especially with type 1 diabetes. So, would you want to tell us?
As I
Yeah,
said, yeah,
yeah, we
as
can
I
see you.
said,
Yes, yeah.
you can always help Dream Trust by whichever way, in whatever small
Yes.
way, uh,
Hmm.
by writing to Dream Trust, and or writing to me, or calling me, or contacting me through website or my email, and we can always find out the avenues to support Dream Trust objectives. If you go to any
Yes.
Google and
Yes.
type Dream Trust, I think you will
Yes.
get the uh, website, or you can get
Yes.
I'm Sharad Pendse, you can get my email ID, and you can always communicate, and we can always work for the common objective of helping these poor type 1 diabetic children.
Yes, and like I said, from our end, of course, we will try to do as much as we can to take it more and more
Sure.
forward from our end. Also, how did the international tie-up really happen? Because those were days when you are talking about 90s, and you wrote an article, and
Yeah.
those were days when we didn't even have internet. We didn't even have, I'm presuming there was no email also
No.
at that time, but even in those years, you were able to
Generate
excite the community
emails.
outside.
Yes.
Yes.
It was
Yes.
1997, and email had just started, and we got the response through letters, not
Yes.
email, but letters. And many of the families in Europe who had diabetic children got motivated by this article. So let me share. We have so many
Yeah.
families supporting Dream Trust from overseas, but all these families have one thing common. They have either a sister or a sibling or a child
Yes.
with type 1 diabetes. So they know the agony, they know the troubles, and therefore they are the ones who are most motivated to help us. And they somehow contact me, and we have few branches of Dream Trust in Germany, in Austria, in England, in Japan, and they contact the local Dream Trust or directly contact us. But in earlier days, they used to write me the letters, and that's how we started.
Great. So that's something which people have to definitely learn from. I mean, if you were able to do that then, today we have so many avenues open.
Yes.
You just voice your efforts out. There are so many people who can reach out to you. Do you think that maybe more sort of attention came from the international side than we could actually do more nationally? Can the government organizations, or so many of these social organizations that we have, could actually extend more support, and this can be built
Yes.
even more larger?
I am trying my best to create the awareness, and I have always appealed to state government and central government to declare type 1 diabetic child as metabolically handicapped. It's
Yes.
metabolically, and one day you don't give insulin and they are in diabetic coma. So they are also handicapped, metabolically handicapped. So they should be at least given free insulin, if not other help, but free insulin to all type 1 diabetic children in our state and if possible in our country. And that will be the success, because there are 70, 80,000 or more children who need help. We are working only in a geographical area of Vidarbha and little Madhya Pradesh and other neighboring states. But to have an impact nationwide, the government has to take initiative of providing free insulin to all type 1 diabetic children, because they are also handicapped, and they should also get the same facilities which a blind or physically handicapped child, mentally handicapped child gets.
I'm sure, and I think we are more hopeful because I think a lot of our authorities are now also in the WHO. So I'm sure
Yes.
we are hoping your voice will be heard better. And I mean, of course, a couple of thoughts which I will, of course, discuss with you, that we need to actually create we could create a larger group of us, and we could actually express this through our media as much as possible, so that we get heard. And it's absolutely a right thinking that, you know, these young children, especially the underprivileged, should really get insulin, which is like lifeline for them, as you have mentioned. Yes. And so it makes us feel more proud that, you know, we are celebrating 25 years of your trust.
Yes.
So, you know, it's the 25th year, 2020, and it's such a great thing that we are being able to do this program. And on top, it's also 100 years of insulin. So both these, you know, years that we are actually
Yes.
holding this program. Apart from that, is there really the type 1 diabetes? Is it really on a rise, just as type 2 diabetes we all know is on a rise? Is type
Yes.
1 diabetes also on a rise?
Yes, type 1 diabetes is also rising, but not as exponential as type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is a lifestyle disorder, and
Yes.
if the lifestyle is changing, it's rapidly increasing and seen more and more in a younger age group of 30, 25, 35, type 2 diabetes. But type 1 diabetes incidence, which was very low in our country as compared to Caucasians in Europe. But now we find that the incidence of type 1 diabetes is also increasing in uh, developing country like ours. And uh, more and more type 1 diabetes will be a disaster for such families. They are economically backward. And therefore, uh, so these autoimmune disorders are on the rise.
Yes, absolutely. So, and that's also an initiative that TrueWealth has really taken up as a platform to be able to, you know, address especially the autoimmune and the lifestyle disorders, because these are the ones we need to spread more awareness about. Having said that, are there any ways, or are there any suggestions that you would give to people out there to, you know, for the prevention, really, if there is a way that, you know, we could, is it a better lifestyle, or is it something better that we could do, so that type 1 diabetes can actually come under much better control than what it has been earlier?
The preventive strategy is more remarkable for type 2 diabetes.
Yes.
As I said,
Yes.
it's a lifestyle
Yes.
disorder, and
Yes.
all of us are aware of what the necessary things that you have to
Yes.
do: weight reduction, exercise,
Yes.
not eating junk food. But we listen, read, and forget. And this is
Yes.
what is common. So type 2 diabetes more preventable. But type 1 diabetes is unfortunately is not a lifestyle disorder. It's a autoimmune disorder where the child or child's family can really not do much. And it's very difficult to detect pre-diabetic state in type 1 diabetes. It's extremely expensive and very difficult. So at as of today, type 1 diabetes is gradually increasing, and we are unfortunately not being able to prevent its incidence, rising incidence. But in type 2, we can, but we are failing because nobody wants to listen to when it comes to lifestyle change. Nobody likes change in lifestyle.
Right. That's so that is something which we have to keep a note of, and
Yes.
also see the positive aspect that, you know, those who are suffering, their
Yeah.
offsprings, and women especially should not give up,
Yes.
because their offsprings are definitely not going to be suffering the same type 1 diabetes. So a lot of them also, who are doing well, probably give up on the hope of getting married, as you said, and you know, and taking their next generation forward. So live their life to the fullest.
Yes.
When especially you have doctors like Dr. Sharad Pendse with us, you know, he's making so many impossible lives being able to live. It's such an amazing journey, sir. We have definitely got a lot of inputs. Seema, Mrunmai, who are on the show, are also saying that they're really feeling proud, and of course we are feeling proud. I would of course make a note. I can't but remember my father and you were great friends,
Yes,
and I always knew that how he was proud of the work that you're doing. So it's for me, it's a privilege that I have been able to bring this celebration. I know a few years ago in 2014, you have pictures on your website also when you celebrated this program. It was the 20th year. You
yeah.
celebrated that in at Center Point in Nagpur, and I'm hoping this is like a mini celebration from us online, where I probably and we will definitely try to reach this to thousands of people more, because our channel of course has a reach of 10,000 plus for most of our programs, and I'm sure we will try from our end to propagate it to
Yeah,
more people than that.
that's
That's what we
that
can
will
do
be
from our
great.
end.
That will be
Uh,
great help to the interest.
Yes, and we would definitely also come back with you when I think everything opens up and things get normal and you start doing more activities. We'll try to also relay those activities on our channel. That will again be something which we'll be very happy to do for you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
And
sir.
I also remember my friendship with your father, and I value our friendship because it was a long
Yes,
duration of friendship. We were
yes.
personal friends for more than 20 years or so.
Yes. And again, the amazing work that both of you have done in your areas. He was in the
Yeah,
industry. You were as a doctor in the area of diabetes. And I would also urge viewers to understand, to see the noble work that Dr. Pendse is doing. But more than that, a lot of you can actually even reach out to him, because when it comes to diabetic food, he's par excellence, he's wisdom. And also when it comes to type 2 diabetes, not just type 1, it is something you can always program, sir. But of course we will come back with you with more such programs about your trust, and also what we could do in the area of diabetes more and more as a diabetes education.
sure.
Thank you very much for coming here, and I would like to thank the viewers for coming here. And you know, always you have been motivating us the last 8 months when it has been very, very tough. All of you have been around trying to also take the education forward. Sir, I will end the program with a last few words from you for whatever you would like to say, and we will end the show there.
We are going through the very difficult year 2020 with COVID-19 pandemic, and my appeal to all of you is stay safe, keep the safe distance, avoid mixing with large gatherings, wear masks, so that in 2021 we come out victorious and then able to do all the things that we have missed in 2020. But in addition to that, I wish all of you a very healthy life and great future to come. It was a pleasure to interact with you. And thanks, Rajashree, for making it possible, inviting me for this live webinar.
Thank you so much, sir. And we will end with a note, with a small promo of RSD Energia. Their team relentlessly actually designs a lot of things at the back end, right from the advertorials to putting the technology together for taking this program not just to one platform, but six, seven different platforms, including, of course, YouTube and Facebook. But apart from that, going to Twitter, going to the channel Amazon has, Picato TV, to several websites, and propagating it through several groups. So we thank them for doing this relentlessly, supporting us through this. So just a quick small promotion of their products and services as well.